We have arrived at the Turkey Pin Creek Trailhead. As you can see, there's a lot of traffic, but we were able to park. We should have probably parked like those people since we're going to the campground when we leave here. But somebody told us they saw a sow and some cubs off in a direction we're not going, but we'll keep our eyes out. We're going to do Turkey Creek, Schoolhouse Gap, and then back around Bote and Finley. About 11 miles. What?
Road noise.
Yeah, I know. Let's get across the street. Alrighty, 3.6 to Schoolhouse Gap Trail. It is 11:33. We gotta kick it, bud. Let's do it.
11:30. We'll be done in 3 hours.
It's 11 miles. Done in 3 hours. I don't know what he's smoking. Alrighty, well, we gotta look out for bears and snakes. So this is where we came the last time we were here, the Crib Gap Trail, and that went that way to Finley Cane. But we're gonna stay here on Turkey Pin and go 3.4 miles to Schoolhouse Gap. And we have to go to the trailhead of Scott Mountain. Scott Mountain Trail is closed, but you have to go to the trailhead to fulfill what you need to do for your 900. And then we kind of do an out and back there. It's like 1.2 miles on Schoolhouse that way. And then we come back around and hook in with Bote Mountain. And then we'll repeat some of the Finley Cane just to get back to the car. I mean, you could walk down Laurel Creek Road, but I think it's probably faster and safer to stay on Finley. It is a beautiful day, isn't it?
No humidity. Very nice out here.
Yeah, I mean, blah, blah, blah. We have been back and forth on what days to hike with the crazy weather that was coming through, and we've learned that you just can't predict the weather in the Smokies. But today is gorgeous, and tomorrow is good for Gregory Bald.
Rocks.
We're in the rocks. Well, this is kind of interesting. It's sort of a little cave with a little water out coming out of it. Got my pole. So far, this trail has been real easy, real pleasant. We are 1.35 in, so we have like 1.3 to go before we get to Schoolhouse Gap. It looks like they've done some trimming. So far not overgrown at all, which is a nice welcome thing. Still seeing a lot of really pretty flowers. I didn't expect them this late in the season.
White rhododendrons. White
rhododendron, and some of them have little pink tips to them. We saw a place where something was digging. Rich thought it might have been bears. It could have been wild boars. We don't know. But it's a real pretty trail. I know people talk about in the spring it's really nice for wildflowers, but we didn't get here for those. So far, got my new shoes, Trail Ventures. They're the waterproof kind because they don't make the non-waterproof anymore. We'll see how they do.
I mean, in the mids. Yeah,
my mids. Some more pretty rhododendron. We are 2.7 in. So we have about one more mile before we get to Schoolhouse Gap. It's a real pleasant trail. Saw our first people on the trail. We are 3.2 in, so we're a few tenths away from Schoolhouse, and they are basically doing the same thing we're doing, only in the opposite direction. There are a few little flies coming out, but so far it's really not been too bad with the bugs. Easy trail. We're running 22 minute miles and not really pushing. It'll be a good warm-up for Gregory tomorrow. Well, it looks like we have come to Schoolhouse Gap. This is the end of the Turkey Pin. Yeah, my watch is doing pretty good. I have 3.57. Special alert. Yeah, here we go. Scott Mountain Trail is open from the junction of Indian Grave to Campsite 6. So we have to just go to that spot and then turn back around. So we go 1.1 this direction, and then we go back that way. Now, we have been on Schoolhouse Gap for a half a mile, and it's just a road walk. It's uphill, but it's real gradual. And I don't think, I know, I could be wrong, but I don't think there's a whole lot more elevation for us to find. And we ran into somebody, she was coming down, and she said, the trail just abruptly ends. So we're making real good time. We've only been out an hour and 30 minutes, and we're over 4 miles. So that's good. Well, this was unexpected. I thought we were just coming to a dead end, but I mean, we're dead-ended at a person's house. I believe so. This is just odd. I gotta go see what this sign says. Yeah, this is Scott Mountain Trail, and we're supposed to go up here until it says it's closed. So we'll do that. And no one's been up here. Lots of spider webs. I just sort of expected to see a big like closed sign or something, but there wasn't. So now we're gonna go back. Rich called these fiddling around miles, and we're gonna go back and finish this up. Yeah, 2.2 to Laurel Creek Road, and then we go over Laurel Creek Road, get on Bote Mountain, Finley Cane. So we've added a half a mile of fiddle farting around, as Rich calls it. Oh well. We are back to where now we're gonna go to Laurel Creek Road 1.1, and then we go over around and get on Bote Mountain and take that to Finley Cane. I guess we'll end up at about 12 and change. I see a lot of these pretty little yellow mushrooms. We are probably getting pretty close to Laurel Creek Road, and then we'll have, I think right now we have about 5 miles left to go. It's been real easy, but you know, tomorrow's going to be 14 or 17, depending on if we have to do the road walk. So we do need to get to camp and rest up. We've been walking along the water for a while. I assume this is Laurel Creek. It's very pretty. We can hear the cars, so we'll see what happens when we get up here. If we go over, under, or what, but hopefully the traffic won't be too bad. We'll be able to get across if we do have to cross the road. Well, here we are. We gotta cross the street and find the trail. Not exactly. Oh, Rich says he thinks it's on the other side of the bridge. We'll see. Yeah, Rich is right. We went across the bridge and there was like a little trail on the side of the road. And now here we are at Bote Mountain. Well, we're coming up here and we're gonna end up on Finley Cane. So hopefully the rest of all this stuff does not apply to us. So I have almost 8 miles. So we should be back to the car in 4. Well, we've been on Bote Mountain for about 0.6 of a mile, and it's just a road walk. Gradual uphill, nothing you can't handle. My watch says I've come up about 1,400 feet total, but that includes that Scott Mountain stuff, so we shouldn't have too much more up. And I mean, we've been on trail 3 hours, and we've come almost 9 miles, so not bad. Well, now we get on Finley Cane, and 2.8, we're back where we started. That other way to the left is where we went when we came out here the first time and went up to Anthony. We are almost back. You can hear the car, so I'll wrap this up before we get there so you don't have to listen to it. It will be right at 12 miles. And overall, it was a great hike. It took us about 4 hours and 20 minutes. So another one we can mark off the map. Rich hadn't gone through the tunnel yet, so we're going to go through the tunnel and come out that way since we've already done all of Finley Cane, and I did this last time. So all the trails have been done. We'll see how wet it is.
Creepy, I'm scared.
Yeah, it is pretty creepy, but I think you can rock out. We are set up in our campsite at Cades Cove. We've been here for a while. We already ate dinner. This is our new changing room shower, which is pretty awesome. And we're on a tent pad. This is site B84, and we actually switched to it last minute because it's just such a long story, but it's a really nice site. I think we'll use it again. It's at the very back, so what's behind us is like picnic area and group camping, so it's really pretty quiet. Lots of people, of course, biking, and then they'll be doing Wednesday with the No Car Wednesday.